potatoes, beans, and corn. That's what we've planted in the garden. I wanted to do something like square foot gardening, but I'm not properly equipped for it. I have no raised beds, no square foot markers, or even enough garden stakes and twine to improvise for those. So I'm just doing a variation of row planting, but I'm planting everything so close together, may as well be doing square foot gardening at that point. Now, when it came to planting, I did not use a shovel. However, I did use a Warren hoe and a garden rake. First thing to do was to use the Warren hoe to create some furrows. In which I planted the potatoes. Next thing I did after that was to use the garden rake to rake over the soil that was displaced. Could have 2 roses. Here for at least a couple weeks then. Yes, each of the rows are spaced together rather tightly in order to make full use of space. And in terms of potatoes, I have planted at least a few varieties. Red Norland, Purple Majesty, Yukon Gold, or russet, in addition to another one of those red potatoes. Well, I also planted some yellow potatoes. I don't know what variety to be specific, because they're just a bunch of sprouted potatoes that came out of the pantry. All right, next item on the agenda, beans. At Blue Lake Pole, Kentucky Blue Pole, and some variety of asparagus bean, also known as a yard-long bean. And they call it that in spite of the fact that it's clearly not even a yard long. Now, usually I'd plant bush beans, but doing things differently this time. Pole beans take longer to grow. They require more vertical space, but they should be more productive and productive for longer. When it came to planting these beans, I was not being precise about them. I just sprinkled them all over the place like salt paste. I may have planted too many beans for the given amount of area. On the other hand, though, when it comes time to thin them out, I might be able to transplant some of them instead of culling everything that doesn't meet the social distancing, plant spacing requirements of 6 inches. I was hoping to have 2 separate rows of corn, but didn't have enough space for that. So I just mixed in the corn with the beans. Shouldn't be much harm in doing that. combination, really. Some of the potatoes I planted were not originally purchased as planting material. There were supermarket potatoes that sprouted while stored in the pantry for so long. Initially, I had tried to keep using only the potatoes that were sold as seed potatoes. But yeah, when it came to planting the beans and the other things, I did pretty much the same thing I did with the potatoes. Horn hoe, furrow, planting materials, garden rake to cover it all up. I did this initial planting on the 18th of April. About a day and a half ago on the 17th of April. I planted some cucumbers, squash, and tomato seeds in a Jiffy seed starter. It only took about a couple days for seeds to start germinating. And under the effects of the grow lights, things are growing rather quickly, and so far most of these seedlings look really healthy. On the 22nd of April, I had planted some Thai basil cuttings into some of these Jiffy peat pods as well. Only time will tell if I could get a few of them to successfully root. Chances are, though, I probably won't. But it's probably still worth taking the chance, though. Anyways. Alright, the next episode we will check on how the garden's doing in a week from when we started. We'll also keep track of our indoor seed starts and other things like that, too. We'll also take care of the fencing situation as well as irrigation. Spoiler alert. Plastic netting and an impact sprinkler. As of 23 April, nothing has come up yet in the garden. We'll keep track of what's going on in the garden every day until the video publishes. If you like this, be sure to hit that like button. Leave a comment. I read each and every one of them. Don't forget to subscribe. And enable notifications if you want to keep up with the latest developments in the garden. Remember, folks, stay safe, stay alive. I'll see you around on the next episode. Until then, farewell, and thanks for watching.